Hi, I'm Borkon. Glad to have you here. Welcome back. We need to start clearing all the garbage below this area. We need to bomb out trenches because I'm gonna be building a world eater, and to do the trenches, as you can see, well, I kept removing the lava here because I didn't want to fall into it by just pouring water over it, so there's tons of obsidian, and it's not just here. If we just look like everywhere here, there is obsidian on the lowest level because I flooded this area. So where the sea lanterns are now, we just had water. So there is definitely a layer of obsidian pretty much everywhere. That's a lot and a lot of work. So let's do something else today because I'm too lazy. And procrastination is the best way to deal with heavy work. We're leaving this area and we're going somewhere else. The best way to deal with clearing a lot of obsidian and lava is to design a new flower farm. So like I mentioned in the previous episode, the layout of flowers in the flower forest has changed. And we first need to find where our cornflowers are, because the only color that I really care about here is blue. All the other colors are a bonus, but blue is the thing that I cannot make in any other way, because I kind of don't want to trade for lapis, because like when I need blue, I need a lot of blue, because I'm mixing the blue with the green cactuses here completely by accident. But yeah, I mix my blues with cactuses so I can get cyan, and that's mostly for cyan terracotta. So I definitely need a fast flower farm for blue. So let's find blue. And for that, we are going to an actually very old copy of this world. I think it should be enough. And we're gonna run a script there to figure out where the flowers spawn. Right, and we are here. We're gonna be using a Scarpet script from someone who's calling themselves many random things on GitHub, and it's supposed to be from the Scarpet App Store, except it hasn't been merged yet, so I actually took the script from the pull requests on GitHub and extracted it, and I'm using it here. The way the script works, we have flower and I think settings? Yes. First, we do flower settings glass mode and set it to true because we want the flowers to be indicated by glass blocks. And now I think all we need to do, I need to look at where the right biomes are, because we have plains here, we have plains here. I think the flower forest starts, yeah, somewhere in this area, exactly. And so let's just start from maybe this corner of the world, because I kind of want to cover quite a lot of it. I think there is flower forest as far as here, right? Swamp, plains, flower forests. But there is definitely a lot of flower forest here. Yeah, so let's find a corner far away from everything, which should be probably, let's start here. Flower, fill, and let's start from this block, because why not? Oh, there is a lot of flower forest here. There is a lot of flower forest here, and even more. We're having cornflowers here, but I don't know if that is correct. Until maybe this block. And I think that should be enough. Let's just see. That's a 2 million blocks that we're going to be filling. And the script is now working one layer at a time, just filling in what flowers are spawning where. And I think the colors correspond to which type of flower it is. And the blue stained glass, which we are looking for, is cornflowers. So that's what we were looking for. So we have a blue area here. I might have done something stupid, though. We're definitely not going to be able to find the blue in here, or will we? I'm not actually sure. But I kind of want to find some blue in this area instead, because, you know, it's closer to the cactus farm, and that would make much more sense to me. What color is this? This is pink. So it's probably some pink flower. I will have to... Unfortunately, the script doesn't list which color of glass corresponds to which flower, so you have to read the source code just to figure that out. But I know that I'm looking for blue glass. The only blue I saw is there. There is blue here. That's a... I think. Is this blue? Yeah, this looks definitely like blue. It's not a big area, but okay. So we have an option here. We have an option there. The blobs here are kind of interesting. I like them. And as you can see, the patterns are pretty cool, but they are very similar to how they were done in the past, except that they are three-dimensional now. So in the past, these patterns would be exactly the same regardless of the Y level. There is very little blue here. I kind of want a 9x9 area or cross-section at least 1 point, and this is definitely too small. So it's very little blue. This is a good option. Oh, it's not too bad. It's not too far, but I kind of want to do more in that area. Maybe that blob is going to get bigger. Anyway, so this is basically what I'm going to be doing now, except I'm not going to film all of it because I think I'm just going to fill to build limit, because maybe we have a bigger blue area somewhere higher up in the sky, and that would be useful. So let's try that. Oh, I just found something. We can filter things. So what does this... Oh, I can filter for cornflower. So I'm just moving the blocks we're drawing higher up. So maybe this is going to go faster if I don't have to, well, fill in the glass for all the other blocks. Let's see. Do we get any blue? Oh, yeah, it is... Oh, it's still slow because it probably needs to calculate things for every block. But now we're just filling in the cornflower, and that's what we're looking for. So this probably, hopefully, will go a little bit faster. Oh, and I think we have found our winner. I'm already seeing that this is probably the optimal area, although I don't know. How wide is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 is good, because 7 is the minimum of what we should have. Probably 9 is the best, but 7 is good too. Unfortunately, there is a hole in the middle of this blob that we're building up here. Oh, there is another blob here. Maybe this is good. This is like almost over the bamboo farm for the cactus smelters. We have many options now, so I don't need to go that far, but this is kind of high up. It's a little bit annoying. How high up are we? 140 blocks up. But, oh wait, at the bottom here... Oh yeah, there is a lot of space here. 110, 115 blocks up. So yeah, this area here is our winner. I'm now just gonna do some measurements, try to find the optimal bit that we can use here, and this is gonna be our cornflower farm. All right, and let's remove this stuff just so we can have some space to work, and I think this should be the platform. I'm just gonna verify that this is actually generating cornflowers, that there are no bugs in the script. Yeah, we're getting cornflowers here. Are we getting any other flowers? Doesn't seem so. Yeah, I think, yeah, we found our platform, but that's not it. This is just the preparation work, and what we actually need to do now is new flower farms. So, like I mentioned in the previous episode, the flower farms are a little bit buggy because they're generating dirt. Let's try to figure out if we can make them not generate dirt. Yeah, it's gonna be live redstone design, but it's not gonna be in survival, because I was thinking that we could do it survival, but this high up I would have to build platforms and walk around here, and too much pain. Let's do a quick design in creative, and by quick design, this is probably gonna take me a long time to figure out how to do, but let's do a design in creative, and then we can build it. Well, here, because I need my cornflowers. I want blue. And here we are in the testing world, but we need a new dimensions for this, so voids add flower power, why not? Bam, and pump. I'm doing my own sound effects. Right, we are in a completely fresh world. Let's add some glass below here, because I keep, when I teleporting here, sometimes I land on these blocks, what I'm supposed to do, and sometimes I fall through them and just fall into the void while in creative before the world has loaded. I don't really understand why, so let's just fill, and white stained glass, bam. Right, now we can do some work here. remove that one because it's no longer necessary. Right, so what we're dealing with is we need the piston feed tape. Let's go higher up, higher up, higher up, a little bit higher up so we have some space to work here below. So it's gonna be, I think, let's just go for push limits or very close to push limits because we are probably going to ruin the machine in testing, as in, like, I'm gonna push blocks here and I'm gonna have some redstone here and it's gonna push things out of the way because I will have their timing wrong, and that usually, well, that can be prevented by just working at push limits. I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, so this is perfect. So this is, I think this piston here will be pushing first. Oh, it's not supposed to be sticky. Why did I make it sticky? So this piston pushes things first, right? Grass platform here. Let's try it again. It pushes here. So the way I would do the piston feed tape earlier would be just push things up here and then have another piston pushing here and then have a piston pushing here. But the problem is that this grass block is under this grass block. Oh, and very conveniently, no, that wasn't planned or scripted. I didn't wait for it to happen. I was just lucky. This turns into dirt, and that one will turn to dirt, and it will be funny if it would happen right now. No, it doesn't. But, of course, we don't want that. So how do I want to build the piston feed tape? I was thinking that we could park it somehow like this, maybe? Right? Have a piston pushing things from this side? Now, that doesn't seem like a sane idea. This might be more complicated than I thought. Because how do we get this block there? We would have to have a sticky piston like that. Oh, I'm actually seeing an interesting thing. Why do I have a target block here? Why not? What happens if I do something like this? Aha. Well, that turned into dirt, but I was thinking that if this was parked like this... No, so this would have to be here. So, let's figure out the sequence here. This pushes first, then this pushes, this pulls. We need one more... Oh, no, we don't need one more block here. Wait, let's wait for that. Then this pushes up, and that pushes forward. But we have this little movement here. So if we are... I am confused. Wait, what? Oh, what if we have a block there? So now there are no grass blocks on top of each other, so nothing should turn into dirt. So if we power these two at the same time, we get this. And that one was at push limit. And we should get this. This grass block will maybe end up here for a little bit too long, but with tight enough timing, we could probably lower the window of how long it will stay there. So that could actually work. This could actually be the correct parking position. So once again, we trigger this. And no, we don't trigger that because we are at push limit here. Oh, come on. Okay, remove some blocks here because I don't really need them. Right, once again. So first this and then that. And if there is short enough delay between these two, this could actually work. Interesting. Let's use grass blocks as our powering blocks. So there will have to be a line here, right? This is going to be a full piston feed tape. I'm only working on one slice now, but I have to keep in mind that I need to have a good way of powering these things. And actually, the fact that I had target blocks in my hotbar probably helps, because the way we can power the pistons down there is something like this. So now I need one input to both of those and the correct timing in between. Is it something as simple as 2 ticks after? I kind of don't like to power that piston. Oh, it doesn't matter because it's going to be the same dust. So something like this? No, it was too fast. See? So something like this, maybe? So the parked position should be there. Oh, I don't like... I don't like to have these things there because it's just... there. I don't see what's going on, and I kind of want to see what's going on. So this... this is actually working. Well, it's supposed to be parked, kind of parked like this. So this is there. Yeah, this is doing what I want. I'm not sure if it's gonna work, if it's gonna prevent this block that is like in this position just before these are, well, pushing and pulling. I don't know if we're gonna completely prevent this one from getting destroyed, but it's a good start. So that's kind of working. Okay, so what do we do at this end? At this end, wait, are we at push limit here? Because this one is offset by 1 block. We are at push limit. Okay, so we need to move you in this direction like this. So how do we push things here? Oh, that doesn't work because we're going to be pushing in 1 block here. Maybe with perfect timing we can prevent this one from turning into dirt, but I don't like it. What if we do something like this instead? Take glass here, sticky piston above, and the way, how do we power these sticky pistons? I'm just gonna use target blocks and I'm gonna switch them to some more sensible blocks later because I don't know exactly what we need here. So if we have this will of course punch out the glass block, but I think we can do something like this and like this. And now if I power that, yeah, that does exactly what I want. And this one can just be powered by whatever. It doesn't matter. So, oh, but this block doesn't get pushed all the way down. So we probably need something like this to pull this block down. What am I doing here? There. So the timing on the machine should be, first we push this, then this is the parking position. Actually, why not have this block here as the parking position? Because I think we will be able to push this one down before this pushes, because there's quite some delay here, right? There's that much delay, 6 ticks delay. So if we push this one down, well, how fast? We can actually, this can be pushed at the same moment that this one is being pushed, I think. How do I achieve that? Something like this, maybe? That should work, right? Let's just see if the glass is being pushed correctly. It is being pushed correctly. So at the same time, we need some blocks below here with some way to indicate that we should be pushing. So I'm just going to use this dust for now. And then this dust should also go through... Oh, this is such a horrible wiring, but I think we're gonna... no, not like that. Like this. Thank you. And so this now has the same delay as that, and that should be fine, I hope. And then 2 ticks after this block has been pushed down, this should pull in a new block. So, something like this. And that. Maybe? So, let's try it. Yeah, that did exactly what I wanted. Well, I shouldn't be powering this unnecessarily. But yeah, so this is completely correct. Is this really this simple? It's probably not gonna be, but let's hope for now that it is this simple. So, one of these. Let's just dust everything. I think we had some problem there. We're supposed to be parking like this, right? See, that caused things to happen. Like this and like this. Have I made this at push limit? Is it something this simple? Alright, let's try it. No, it wasn't that simple. This one didn't manage to push. Because we need some delay here. I don't know how much. Let's add a bunch of delay here. We can make it shorter in the future. So this is the parking position. This is the parking position. Yes. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Was this actually a success? Yes. I actually recorded all of this live. Am I actually getting good at redstone? Can I start hoping that? Who's powering this, by the way? Oh, that's wrong. I need this to power a redstone line. Oh, wait, I can power it through... Yeah, I can power it through the target block, so this should just work, right? Let's add another slice just to see if I didn't mess up the geometry completely. But it should be something like this. Can we move 2 slices? Oopsie. We have 2 slices working. Wow. I think this is working. Let's clean it up a little bit and see what we do from there. But I think the only thing that's missing now is a clock. I don't know if I actually managed to clean it up. I might have made it worse. But hey, I added rails. I'm using rails in my design because people are complaining about me using dust everywhere. It's still gonna be a lot of dust here. But hey, a few rails. This probably should be a good enough clock. I made it as slow as I could without making the rail powerful long enough so that the observers would observe it twice. It should be just slow enough. I think it's 8 ticks now. And that didn't work at all. Okay. Is this observer actually necessary? Let's see. How is it supposed to be parked like that and parked like that? Let's see. Like one. Oh, that did work. Yeah, because I did remove one observer here, so I think it was an error to leave 2 observers there. All right. Nope, that didn't work. There's some timing issues here. Oh, why did we kick out the glass? Is this actually a problem when I do this manually? No. So there's something about the timing here that isn't exactly right. Okay. Let's try to figure it out. It is actually working in some really bizarre way, but we're losing these blocks sometimes, and I don't really understand why. Maybe something like this. I removed one observer here, and I think this should work. Yes, that seems to work. So now we have an 8-tick clock, and let's see if this clock works. Yes, it doesn't. Something really it's almost working, but not exactly. Strange. And this is the part of the video where I'm gonna disappear and say, and now I spent 7 hours trying to figure it out, but here is the result. Yeah, the first part was recorded pretty much live. The next part, which is the scratching my head for 7 hours, is not going to be recorded live, probably. Unless I figure it out in the next 5 minutes. Okay, so I added the delay there. That works. We still have our 8-tick clock. Is this good enough now? No, it's just completely broken. And I still don't understand, why do these glass blocks get kicked out? Sometimes, but not always. That doesn't make sense to me. Pistons work in magical ways. Like, if you want real magic in Minecraft, I don't understand why there are mods for magic in Minecraft when we have pistons. Oh, I am stupid. These blocks are also powering these pistons here. Turns out pistons aren't magic. It's my design that is magic. Right. That probably caused some issues with things extending when they weren't supposed to be extending. So yeah, we have that one there. And if we... Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. This is what I wanted to do. That's the target blocks we want to power. Now, will you not misbehave? And there's a block missing here. There's many blocks missing here. Right. Now, that looked right. And if we clock it correctly... Yeah, it's still broken. Why are you broken? It still doesn't do the right thing. But, like, it's... Just look at that. Okay, it parks in the correct position. Like, the first 2 or 3 are looking correct. And then it gets confused. There's something about timing here, I think. Yeah, looking good. No. You know what? We can do something like this. Tick rate 1, slow down time a lot. So, let's see what's going wrong here. There. Just looking at that side first. That didn't push. That's the issue. But yeah, it's the delay between these blocks being pulled in by the sticky pistons and the pistons here pushing. That somehow just messes things up around this area. Okay, let's debug this. Alright, Monkey with typewriter has rearranged everything here. Let's try this again. What happened in this area? I don't know. I don't know if I had the right blocks there. No, now the timing here is wrong. Alright, a lot of observer rearrangings later. I think we have something. It seems to work. I should stop using grass as my blocks for placing dust on because it's just confusing me. I'm thinking, oh, there is some grass stuck there. No, it's not. It's just, it's correct. Right. Okay. 8 tick clock. Here we go. Yes! 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 We have, well, something working. It's on an 8 tick clock, but that's good enough for me for now. I might try to speed it up later, but I'm actually happy. I have achieved my goal. Right, let's make this into a proper flower farm now, but that should be very, very simple. Let's just extend this. A bunch of pistons. Actually, I'm gonna replace this grass with whatever else block that isn't grass, because it's really like stone. I had stone in my hotbar. There. There we go. We have stone now. Stone is better than grass, at least here. I'm assuming, look, I was using the grass because I was thinking that if we are generating dirt, we will need grass around here to spread like inside the farm again. But I haven't actually seen a single dirt. I want to build this up much bigger just to see if we are actually generating dirt. So if we are, we will have to add a lot of additional grass and probably grass right here as well, because like this if this is grass, it's next to these blocks, so it can spread to this block and to this block. But for now I'm gonna use some other block here because it's just confusing me. This doesn't need to be target blocks now. But I think we have the timings right. This could be directional or locational. I'll have to test that later because this is just weirdness in the timing here, but it's working, and that's all I want for now. Now, before I actually go and build up the whole thing, I realize I need to test one thing, because I've had different information about how the bone mealing generates flowers, because I think 9 by 9 I heard somewhere, but I don't think it is. Let's just... Oh, do we have to do it from below? Yeah, we have to do it from below. That's a little bit annoying. We give you a clock. Doesn't matter if it's slow or fast. Bam. Getting that. And I think if I just clear... Yeah, if I clear the middle block, the spreading should work. And I am actually getting stuff on the edges, so let's just expand this platform so that we can actually see how far we can get from the dispenser. And this is the dispenser. And let's just destroy these blocks for a while and see how far we can get. Because there is no reason to make this smaller. Like, I will make the grass platform this long here, because there needs to be some infrastructure in the middle anyway. But I don't want to waste too many pistons for no good reason whatsoever. It just makes it laggier and doesn't really affect anything. Right, so we are here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 blocks out in this direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks out in this direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, I guess there's possibility there, but I don't think it should be direct. It doesn't matter. If it's direction, I'm going to ignore it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5. Now we know. Oh, stop it. Thank you. Goodbye. So, so it means that I need to make it 11. Not 9. It's actually 11. Well, now we know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This is too much. I'm gonna make it 9. It generated so little on the edges that it would be just complete waste to make it that big. I'm making it 9 big, and well, that's how it goes. The next step to make this a fully functional farm is we need glass. We actually need glass inside, because I don't want the flowers to fly into this direction. So I need to cut them off here. And the same thing here, we need to have a cutoff for the flowers right here. And we still don't have the flower pickup system, but that should be very easy to do. But I also need to cover the entire bottom here with glass so that the flowers don't spill. So if you don't know how my previous farms worked, we will be picking up the flowers. Actually, I have a slightly better system now. We will be picking up the flowers with fence gates. So the flowers will generate here in the middle and then fall through between, well, the gaps here. And they're gonna be sliding around on this glass here that I'm placing below now. And about, I guess we're gonna have a water stream right here. Is going to be a water stream where all the flowers are going to fall down, because when the fence gates reach here, the flowers will fall through, bam, into the water stream and into some loot pickup system that I'm just going to have in that direction, I guess. But we need to cover everything with glass, well, or something. It doesn't have to be glass, actually, but glass is probably the most convenient thing here, so that the flowers don't fall through in the wrong spot. They just need to fall into the water stream. And I just noticed that the area where the flowers can generate, right, because I put in the glass here. Maybe the glass is not necessary. No, I think the glass is necessary. But the area where the flowers can generate is just by 8 by 9, so it doesn't have a natural middle. That's annoying. Let's put the dispenser right here. Let's just, we put the dispenser here, put the grass back, and now we need to feed the dispenser. Of course, I cannot have hoppers here that are feeding the bone meal into the dispenser, because the flowers are gonna be on the glass here, so let's just feed the dispenser with a couple of droppers. Just like I did in my previous farm, so there's no news here. And now, how do we trigger this? This should be, I think, as simple as an observer, then an observer looking at that, and then we just need to, well, we just need to trigger this dropper as often as we trigger the dispenser, and that should give it enough bone meal. And Some chests, some hoppers with bone meal here. We can figure that one out later. Now, this should actually work. Right, let's see how the flowers are behaving. Alright, alright, alright. Looking good, looking good. And now the fence gates are arriving, and the flowers are falling through and into the, well, the thing that is not the water stream, but should be the water stream. Perfect. So this is now working. Let's add some water, and I think we're done. Let's just see this in action again. Oh. Oh, I definitely saw something. Okay, the dispenser is exactly in line with here. I think when the fence gates are here, no flowers are generating on this side, and that would actually make sense because the fence gates are shielding the grass from the dispenser. Let me just see if I was hallucinating or if this actually working the way I think it's working. Yeah, that's definitely an issue. Let's do an experiment here. I mean, if the fence gates are above the dispenser, it will misfire. That's clear, and that's obvious. That's how it has always worked, and I can't do anything about it. But now, if I trigger this observer, I just need to do it once. Actually, let's just spam it. It's showing particles over the grass, but it's definitely not generating anything there. Right, that's interesting. So what happens if I move one of the fence gates like this? Will that generate? Yes, but it's worse? It's generating some grass here. I think I have too much junk here. Bam. Yeah, see that? This is misbehaving a little bit. What happens if I put the fence gate even further away? It's some kind of weird line of sight thing that is going on here. What happens if we do something like this? I think it's safe to have the fence gates spread out. They don't have to be in a line. Not sure. We'll have to test that though. But maybe this improves things. It does something. Yeah, I think this is the pattern that we want to go with. It might actually be a little bit wasting bone meal in certain situations because of the fence gates. And that was probably a problem with the old flower farm as well. I just didn't notice it back then, but now I have noticed, so let's fix it. Alright, something like this maybe, and let's run it and see what happens. Still slightly less, and there is of course one misfire when the fence gate passes over the dispenser, but I think this is good. And it seems to be picking up all the flowers, which we can actually test by just throwing out the bone meal from here. And it's a very loud machine. It's picking up all the flowers. Good. Oh, something weird was happening here. I don't like when flowers are being thrown around. That one is stubborn. I want to see all of them disappear. There we go. Okay. It works. It's not perfect. It's better when they're completely in line, but I mean, it will take a few more seconds for the flowers to exist inside the farm, or, well, it's usually just seeds, but yeah. Okay, let's test the raids. Alright, just a chest with bone meal here, a couple of hoppers. It's like, in reality, this would require many more hoppers than this, but the hopper counters just throw in entire stacks into the counting wall just to simplify things. Counter, reset, stick, warp. I'm gonna do this very quickly. It doesn't really matter if the rates are great. Ooh, that was... Things are falling through. I don't like that. Does that mean that I have to move this glass further in? I think that does mean that. I might actually be okay with some spillage. But there's quite a lot of spillage. That doesn't look good. So that was the reason why I had 2 rows of fences for the items to fall through, because there was leakage like this, and maybe that is still something I need to do. Hopefully I don't. I'm not sure. I'll have to look at that. Anyway, just rates. 36,000? Not great. I think the previous one was 48,000 or something like that. But the clock is much slower, so this is kind of in line with the previous farm, just with a slower clock. I'm not gonna fight trying to make the clock faster. I'm leaving that as an exercise to the reader. Make this a 6-tick clock or even a 4-tick clock. Could be possible, probably not, but I'm curious if someone can figure it out. Discord links in the description, you know, the usual. I want to test the hypothesis I had, and that is that the flowers are actually spilling through the fence gate on the top here, and not through whatever magic would be happening here. So I just added all this stuff here. I'll actually add more glass everywhere. There. Because I think they can spill on the sides here as well, because you can see there are gaps here between the fence gates, and we are actually punching the flowers quite hard. So let's fill everything in with glass so we can contain everything. Now everything should be contained, and let's see. Do they actually spill? Thick, warp, some number, doesn't matter. Yeah, they're still spilling. So it is not perfect. There is something going on. I think they're just not falling through fast enough. And that's why I needed 2 rows. I know that I needed the 2 rows of fences in the previous farm just because things wouldn't fall into the water stream fast enough. This is actually quite terrible spillage. Can I add another water stream here and have 2 water streams? Maybe that is the correct solution to this. I think the pistons shouldn't be an issue. Let's see. Let's remove all the items and try this again. Nah, still spilling. Don't actually understand how. And, well, I solved the spillage problem, I think. It doesn't seem to spill. Let's do a tick warp again. Unfortunately, this is, well, not the most optimal solution. No, it definitely doesn't spill anything anymore. But I solved it by basically moving the glass to here, which means that we only have a 7x9 growth area for the flowers rather than 8x9 that was previously. I had to shrink it by 1 more. Yeah, that's good enough. I don't think like the outer edges that we saw here were barely growing things, so I don't think it's such a huge loss. But okay, now that we're not spilling, let's reset the counters and do a quick tick warp just to see if that maybe improves. I would kind of be happy with the rates above 40,000. 40,000 would be a good number. I think this should be able to achieve it. It's long enough. 42,000. Yay, okay, so I have achieved all the goals. Now, for real, time to build this on Borkaland because, well, it needs to be built. That's why we designed it, so that we can build it and then run it. There we have it. Let's do a test run, because I haven't actually tried this with bone meal just yet. But let's put some bone meal in, and this should work. Actually, do I need to... No, this is an 8-tick clock, so I don't need to feed the bone meal faster than just 1 hopper. So this should just work. And ta-da, our first flowers. Yeah. Oh, I hope that didn't come from the farm. I hope I just picked up that just by accident randomly somewhere, because I think everything here should be just cornflowers and nothing else. Let's see. Let's just get another batch here. Ba-da-ba-bam. Perfect. Yeah. Almost 2 stacks in that short amount of time. It's perfect. It's working. I have blue flowers again. I can once again make cyan terracotta. But that will be it for today. It was quite a long episode just because of live redstone design, because that's how they usually end up. Let me know if you can figure out if this could be possible to clock with a faster clock, because that would be nice, although it really doesn't matter. It's so productive anyway. And by the way, the thing I was talking about in the beginning, that we need to bomb out the trenches, yeah, that needs to be happening very soon. But I will be doing that on streams. We will be bombing trenches, we will be preparing the space for the World Eater. I actually need to test the World Eater because I haven't tested this version of a World Eater just yet, because we need to fit a World Eater under the Redstone factory. But I will be streaming all these things. Show up on Discord and you will know when that happens. Most likely today after this episode comes out, but no 100% promises, just 95%, so probably gonna happen tonight. I hope to see you there, and if not, well, I'll see you in the next episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. That's what I'm supposed to say. Thanks a lot for watching, and have a good flowering. Bye.